with Simmons and Fletcher Injury and Accident Lawyers. We are here today to talk to Casie Harris on Meet Houston Missions. She is the manager of victim services of Southeast Texas and the Valley for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. She's going to talk to us a little bit about what they do and how to get involved with them. Being that they're a national organization and a very well-known organization, I think most people are familiar with them, but there's a lot of things that I learned from her not too long ago that I didn't know Mothers Against Drunk Driving did. So I think this may actually be a very informative discussion. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're here. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Mothers Against Drunk Driving and all the various things that you guys do?
Okay, so Mothers Against Drunk Driving, we're a national organization and we have a four-pronged mission. It is to end drunk driving, reduce drug driving, reduce underage drinking, and serve the victims of those crimes. Our primary focus is victim services. We are here to serve victims, whether it's court accompaniment, we offer peer support, we have support groups, we help them with anything and everything that they may need to get through this stage in their life. We also do a lot of education. We have Power of Parents programs and we have Power of Youth. We do a lot of community involvement and we work with law enforcement. We do recognition events. We help with, we'll do ride-alongs with them. We help on no refusal weekends, things like that. And we do a lot of legislation changes. MADD was one of the driving forces behind getting the legal drinking age to 21 in every state and getting the legal limit to 0.08. So we have our hands in pretty much a little bit of everything when it comes to putting an end to intoxicated driving.
Wonderful. I know that I met you actually down at a courthouse a little over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago, I guess it was. And you were involved in working for a MADD program at that time. Can you tell us a little bit about what that program is and what it does?
So when I met you at the courthouse, I was actually with a family that had lost a family member in court. So my role at that time was an advocate. So, we go to court with them, we help. There are so many things going on while they're just sitting in the courtroom. They're hearing so many things. There's words they don't understand, and they're just so overwhelmed with grief, emotions, and everything being there. So we're here to help them be their voice. We know the questions to ask. And then a lot of times, like whenever it's over, we'll meet with them and we're like, okay, I took notes for you the whole time we were in court. So what questions do you have? What do you want to know? And we'll go over it again, everything that happened. So that's what we do when we go to court with families, and we'll let them know, hey, you have a court date coming up. Do you want us there? Do you not want us there? Are you planning on going? And because they have so many court dates in the criminal justice system. And like we talked, there's a lot of resets, and we let families know this is going to be a reset, nothing will happen. We keep in contact with the district attorney's office, and we work with the families.
And Casie, that sounds like something that's very time involved for you guys. Is there a fee associated of any sort with this service that you guys provide to victims' families?
Absolutely not. Everything that we do is free to the victims and their families. And we serve people that their family members have been killed. And we also serve people that them or their family members have been injured.
Wow. And that's just amazing to me that you guys have the resources to be able to get out there and provide that kind of service to people who obviously are lost and dealing with grief, not knowing where to turn. It's just amazing to me that you guys provide that kind of thing for absolutely free. And where can people go if they want to learn how to get an advocate for their case like that to help them through this process?
We have a website. You can go to www.madd.org, and we have a 24-hour hotline also. It's 877-MADD-HELP. That's 877-623-3435. Or if you're in a certain area, you can always just Google MADD. And, if you're in Houston, you can Google MADD Houston. It'll show up the local office number. But if you call that number or go to the website, they will definitely get you in the direction that you need.
Wow. And I know you guys are nationwide, but you guys have lots of opportunities, I'm sure, here where people can get involved in either fundraising type events or volunteering to help with the local Houston area and East Texas community, correct?
Absolutely. So we have so many different volunteer opportunities. It depends what you're interested in. We have volunteers that work on legislative. We have volunteers that work with other victims. So it definitely depends your area. We have so many fundraising opportunities. One of my favorite is our Walk Like MADD. My family, we are victims of drunk driving, and that was my first MADD event, was Walk Like MADD. And we do that in the fall every year. And we have a golf tournament, usually in the spring. Coming up in December, we have a Jingle Bell Run. It's a 5K run that's super fun. And we also do a law enforcement recognition event. So, we have so many different volunteer areas. Just figuring out where you want to fit in MADD, just give us a call, contact our office, and we will definitely be happy to put you where you want to be, find you a place.
Well, I got to go to the Walk Like MADD because we were the sponsors this last year here in Houston. And I tell you what, you don't do it justice in your description of calling it a walk. That was an event. I mean,
it's amazing.
I couldn't believe how many law enforcement vehicles were out there. They had submarines that they used to inspect boats in the harbor. They had helicopters. They had crafts that I didn't even know existed that they were demonstrating and letting people tour and see. And all that was just part of a big free event to raise the awareness about mothers against drunk driving and the various things that you guys do. So I think calling it a walk does an injustice, but it's more of an extravaganza, if I had to call it something.
It is. It's so neat because there were people that would just stop by and they're like, "Hey, what's going on here? We want to look around." And we're like, "Well, come look around, see what we do." So it is such an interesting place, though, for the victims when they get together. They just have that unity there that they get it. And then you look around and you see the whole community there supporting you, from fire, EMS, police officers. It's amazing. It is truly just the feeling I get when I'm at a walk is indescribable.
I agree with that 100%. Well, so you told us a little bit about the events. You said there's also a Christmas run, I think, that's coming up that people can get involved in, and all that. Is that on the same main website, or is there a separate website for that?
Yeah, you can go to madd.org and find all of our information.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Casie, thank you so much for being on. Is there anything else about MADD or Mothers Against Drunk Driving that we haven't covered that you think would be important for people to learn or understand if they're interested in either seeking your services or getting involved and volunteering locally in their community with MADD?
I think that one of the misconceptions that people have about MADD is that you have to be a mother to come to MADD, and that is not true. We have plenty of, we have men that are volunteers. We have men that are victims. If you or someone has been injured or impacted or killed by a drunk driver, please give us a call so that we can definitely help you and your family out. But don't let the name Mothers scare you away. We are open to everyone.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on the show and telling us a little bit about Mothers Against Drunk Driving.